Welcome back to Cage Radio. If I look a little bit tired, it's because I had to fight Chuck Stash to get the chair back. That thing is a little bit dominant. A small puppy tried to mount it the other day. It was absolutely priceless. Okay, now we are joined in studio. Sweet Baby James, or not so sweet Baby James, there it is, bringing the belt in. We've got David Kid Dynamite Espinoza in the building. We got both. Right on. Yeah, absolutely. Props to my hands. Absolutely. It's not one belt, two belts, like I was telling you. Spoonie G was pimping you earlier this week. Yeah, exactly.
Two-time champ.
Let's talk a little bit about these belts. Now, one of the things that I asked you is, okay, you get these belts. I'm like, hey, you put them up on the mantle. You got them out on the table. You mobbing them. You don't keep them in the closet, do you? Yep, I keep them in the closet. Huh?
Right next to my shotgun. No one's getting a hold of these things. I know where they're at.
That is wicked awesome. Okay, so let's talk about, you had this one first, right? This is the Cage Combat. Now, this was one of the Rumble in the Park shows
Part 2
that Ashley is against, and as you can see, he's a fine, upstanding citizen, as most of us are. That was an absolutely spectacular show. Tell us a little bit about it. You fought at 135.
Yeah, bantamweight.
At bantamweight, and who was the cat that was the unfortunate recipient of a beating?
When I fought for this belt, I fought against Anthony Figueroa at a Kung Lee's camp, Team Push. Tough kid. He was a Golden Gloves champ, I believe. Boxer, stout, but I got a hold of him, got him on the ground. That's my second home down there. I come from a good wrestling background, and got in a quick scramble, took his back, slipped a choke on, and that was the end. This baby was coming home with me. Okay, now you say you come from a wrestling background.
Yeah. Where'd you start wrestling? How old?
Started when I was 8.
When you were 8?
Yeah, started freestyle wrestling, wrestled into high school, was a California State place winner, top 12 in the country my senior year. Got a scholarship for UC Davis, wrestled 5 years at UC Davis, Division I, Pac-10, alongside teammate Uriah Faber, very well known in the MMA world. Also, had another really good teammate, Derek Moore, who was a NCAA Division I champion, most valuable wrestler of the tournament. So I had some really good workout partners up there at UC Davis.
Now, is that a pretty good bar scene to go and hang out with a bunch of wrestlers?
Yeah, Davis is a cool little place. It's a college town. I mean, it's not crazy. It's not Florida State or ASU or nothing, but it has its scene. I had a ton of times that I can't remember.
Well, and that's what college is all about. So it sounds like you had a good time. Now, what'd you major in when you were at college?
I was a communication major. I also got minors in education and law.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you want to be a lawyer? Is that what you wanted to be?
That was an idea. My mom has been involved with in the law field for, as long as I've been alive, and so I know a lot of attorneys. I know a lot of judges, and that was definitely something I was interested in. I'm also into art. That was a huge hobby of mine. I do graphic design and stuff, and that's kind of where I've been leaning toward after I graduated. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I found my niche. I do graphic design for Peak Broadcasting.
Okay.
And, take care of a lot of website stuff. It's really fun.
Yeah. Now, some of the fighters I talk to, they don't work. Some of the fighters, they do work, and I found that interesting that 8:30 in the morning we show up to work, and then we hit the gym about 10:30.
About 10. I show up. I'm at work for about an hour and a half. Yeah, I take off at about 10. I'm at the gym by 10:15. Get a quick warm up. Start my jiu-jitsu practice. Do jiu-jitsu right into conditioning. I'm out on the track doing sprints. That whole deal. Very versatile conditioning program I got going right now. Right into a Muay Thai my Muay Thai class, and then. Right after Muay Thai, I end my day with some strength training.
Now you're at Pacific Martial Arts?
Yes.
Is that where this goes down?
Yeah.
And how long have you been there?
I've been at Pacific for as long as I've been in Fresno, which is about a little over a year to date. So they've been really good to me, though. I found a home at Pacific. Those guys have really taken care of me, and I've made leaps and bounds technically and mentally, just in my confidence and my ability to perform since I've been a part of that program.
What brought you to Fresno? I mean, was it...
I got a beautiful fiance, Mrs. Dynamite.
I'll second that motion.
And She tried. We actually moved back down to Southern California for a minute. That's where I grew up.
Is that where she's from?
No, she's from
Oh,
Fresno.
she's from Fresno.
But situation, she was forced to move back here, and I loved her, so I followed her.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Wise choice. He's a lot smarter, huh? All right. So we talked about this belt. Let's talk about this belt. This one's the Gladiator Challenge. This wasn't about 4 months ago, maybe a little
Yeah,
bit
that was
longer.
January 25th, I believe.
Okay,
at
that's
the
right.
LA Fitness Expo at the LA Convention Center.
Okay. Now, is this promotion? It's had a long history, or
Yeah, Gladiator Challenge has been around for a long time. It's I would say, very well known as far as the general public's concerned. They've been around, I would say, 10 years, guesstimate roughly. A lot of good guys that come through the Gladiator Challenge program or promotion, rather. Uriah Faber being one of them.
Right.
My first fight ever was with the Gladiator Challenge promotion in Sacramento.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, but Uriah Faber's fought for them, Joe Stevenson, Quentin Rampage Jackson. So a lot of people have come through that and had huge success later on in their careers.
Now, you said that your first show was in Sacramento. You see a flyer? Like, how does that go down?
No, I actually started training. I lived in Sacramento for a couple years. I lived with Uriah Faber. That's where I got started.
Okay.
And we trained in Sacramento at Ultimate Fitness, Team Alpha Male. And he got me lined up with my first fight right there in Sacramento. It was a block away from our gym at the Memorial Auditorium. Yeah, really cool show. When I got started, it was just he was a buddy. We were wrestling partners. He's like, let's get you training. Let's get a fight. I wanted to get a fight. I thought that was going to be it. I had a really good time. Next thing you know, I'm sitting here talking to you on the radio, 2 belts later.
Right.
So,
well, that's incredible. And your first fight, 135 as well?
yeah.
So you've always fought at 135, but this, I understand that we have a little bit of breaking news that maybe we could drop on the show.
Yeah.
I hear that we've got a fight that's up and coming. Why don't you tell the fans about that?
Well, nothing's in the books yet, but it's definitely a strong possibility. I believe it's May 16th. 15th or 16th.
Okay.
Strikeforce is going to be coming to the Save Mart Center right here in Fresno.
Wow.
That's going to be awesome for the fighters to be a part of such a prestige show like Strikeforce.
Right.
And for the fans to be able to go watch top quality fights at an awesome arena at the Save Mart Center.
Now, they were here several years ago, correct?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
so.
I think, was it like Paul Butello was on that card, and maybe Tank Abbott was on that card. I remember that promotion when it was in town. So, okay, basically, what kind of difference is it when you're going into a fight versus everyday training? Is there a different eating program?
For me, I train like a madman every single day.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Whether you're fighting or not.
Yeah, exactly. I'm ready to fight. If they give me a call and say you're on deck tomorrow, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
I mean, barring injury, things happen. But
right.
As far as my conditioning, my mental state, my readiness and willingness to go, I'm ready 24/7.
Okay.
That's why I call myself a pro.
Well, we're going to take a short little commercial break, and when we come back, we'll talk about some of the other things going on in Kid Dynamite's life, maybe a little motorcycle talk when we come back on Cage Radio. Am I looking?